Let's turn to this next issue, which I know is occupying the minds of many CEOs right now, is the issues around resilience and maintaining morale within your respective teams. You both are involved in very large organisations. Andy, in your case, of course, the police play a high-profile 24/7 role, and Susan, governments are obviously under pressure to respond to a very diverse set of needs while operating under a real sense of urgency right now. How are you managing the energy and resilience of your teams? What are some of the coping strategies you've established to ensure people feel supported through these challenging times? And how are they and others in essential services coping right now? Susan, perhaps first to you.
Thanks, Andrew. I think in terms of resilience, in the main, public servants love crises like this, and they really come to the fore when they know that the work that they're doing every day is actually helping make our communities safe for the future. So in terms of resilience, yes, as John said, we have a large proportion of our workforce, and certainly my portfolio, that is running on adrenaline and running to deliver what it is that Victoria Police and the state government need from us. But in saying that, I think that they wait and they love times like this. So for now, and for Victoria, we're probably only 3 to 4 weeks really into this, working from home arrangement and our level 3 restrictions. That's okay. But it'll be how much longer that we can go on doing that. So, for me, the resilience piece is around, recognizing and verbalizing and sharing that people feel different things at different times. There is a bit of a emotional roller coaster with this. It's the not being able to see family and friends when you'd normally be able to see family and friends. It's not being able to do the things that you would ordinarily do. Go to the gym. Go out with a mate and have a beer or a wine on a Friday night, etc. And I think by verbalizing those things and sharing, that from my perspective, helps to comfort my team, and also helps them to feel that, they're supportive, and gives them permission to share that then with their other colleagues. Check-ins are very important. I'm finding that, the normal check-ins face to face, you can't pick up on people's emotions and their concerns and whether they're tired, etc., etc. So I'm finding that I'm listening far more intently when I'm having conversations with people to try and pick that up. And even we always say, ask people if they're okay, but really just significantly and seriously ask if people are okay, and checking in that way. Obviously, I'm keeping up my normal management meetings, my normal check-in schedules with my team, etc., etc. I'm broadcasting, more emails to my whole portfolio. Some of them are serious, some of them are more lighthearted. So trying to use all the different forms of communication that we possibly have available to us.
It's a good point about people feeling that they can express their emotions at this time. But one of the challenges I guess many people face is, well, everybody else is dealing with issues. So, I don't want to be a burden on them. Do you encourage people to email? Because obviously writing can sometimes be easier than trying to do that in a verbal format. Although sometimes it is better to pick up the phone. What channels or what ways are you encouraging people to use to actually express some of those emotions?
I think one of the things that has come with this new paradigm of working is that we now have multiple channels available to us where we didn't have before. So in Victoria Police, our primary tool is Microsoft. We have Microsoft Teams chat. So the check-in with teams in the morning, the schedule, let's have a coffee at a particular time and let's just sit and chat rather than talking about a business issue. I think that's very much helping. I'm encouraging people to get online in the morning going, hey everyone, how are you going? This is what I did this morning. I actually got out for some exercise, or, I really couldn't get out of bed this morning. I'm feeling a bit down. So, in just encouraging those check-ins and the ability to, be, I suppose, vulnerable to your team members means that they will then be vulnerable and reciprocate back. And in that way, you can start to pick up on how people are thinking and feeling, and putting other mechanisms in around them if they need it.
Thanks, Susan. Andy, how are you dealing with this in an organisation as large as the police, and have you sought to, perhaps establish some of your own back channels to make sure that you're looped in, because very difficult trying to, achieve this in an organisation as large as the New Zealand Police.
Yeah, look, absolutely. We've got quite a good organisational practice we use when we move into an operation mode, as we are at the moment. We'll stand up a welfare work stream, which has, our people sort of practitioners working in it, actively checking in across our workforce, ensuring safety, but also making sure that there are counselling services available, or just, as you say, another channel to seek support where people need it. And that's a good insurance for us in the mix of a busy time. But I think it's really important to say, a crisis is not an excuse for poor leadership. And sometimes it's easy that we revert into this sort of command and control mode. But actually, when you're in the middle of a crisis, what you need is to step in on your leadership, to lean in, to be more attentive to how people are going, more focused on the human side rather than less. And that is so much about tone from the top. I'm using, because I'm early in the role, I'm in the first weeks, I'm using my messaging to the organisation to pick up on themes that are important for me in my tenure. One of which is how we are as an organisation. So how we are to each other, how we are to the people we deal with, and really who we are as an organisation. And those themes are so apt in the midst of a difficult situation like the one we're dealing with.
One of the challenges I imagine you face is that, you've got people really wanting to go over and above at this time with the immediacy of what they're dealing with. So just trying to get them to sort of manage their energy levels so that they can get through the whole thing. I imagine that's a challenge as well too.
Okay, absolutely. And it's important. We can suffer from sort of a superhero complex where we think we need to do it all. No one here is irreplaceable, and I mean that in the nicest possible way. We all deserve a day off, and it's incumbent on us as leaders to set up routines and rhythms that enable everybody to get a break from their role. And when you're disrupted and you're working outside your normal reporting lines and so on, that just becomes all the more important that you're quite deliberate about that.